Give me a second. The tech is not teching. This has been my life for the last 2 weeks. Welcome back to Creatively Processed, the place for creative entrepreneurs to come together and discuss the upsides and downfalls of being your own boss. Today, we're discussing a downfall. Actually, no. It's an upside, but it feels like a downfall. We'll get into it. I'm sorry that I've been gone for 2 weeks. It's just been insane. I think I was at my parents' for like 5 days, hanging out with family and soaking that in. And it was great. But as soon as I got back, I had to get ready again to go to my bachelorette party. And then I came back on Easter. You guys, I was running on 3.5 hours of sleep. And then I had to go to Easter with my entire extended family. Feel bad for me. Please, someone get me a cookie for surviving that. After that, it was spring break for the children. You guys, my patience was tested. It was not good. I was very moody and exhausted because I hadn't had an ounce of alone time for a week, and then I had to go another week without an ounce of alone time. And if you know me, you know that I need to work independently with nobody else around in order to survive. Like, there's no other way. And holy crap, that 2-week long situation really highlighted that for me. It's not just in my head, it's for real. So this week, I'm finally getting back into the, swing of things. I'm getting things done. I'm not going to talk your ear off right now about all of that because it's just not important. We're going to get into it, starting with our little episode outline. I'll be recapping all of the important things that you've missed since my last episode regarding the typical topics, which are work, media, habits and obsessions, and my upcoming goals. And then we'll talk about the topic discussion, which I don't even know what I'm going to title this episode, but the topic discussion is essentially recognizing when to step away and recoup. So we're going to get into that, and I've got a lot to say about that. So buckle up, Buttercup. But first, let's talk about what you've missed as far as work goes. My dear, dear cousin is amazing. Something very interesting about her is that her job is to be an interpreter. She works with a group of hearing impaired children, and she is a ASL interpreter. So, which is so interesting. Literally the coolest person in our family. I don't know anybody else like that. So, that being said, she does this camp every year with a bunch of kids. She wanted to do something fun for the kids. I guess they normally get these really cheap, like the drawstring backpacks, and they're not super fun and gorgeous. And so this year they're getting all the kids water bottles, and we were talking about me designing a water bottle, but instead I'm going to design a few stickers. So that's a big project that I've been working on. In addition to that project, I've been doing some label making, specifically my girl Jody, and she just started doing her summer scents again since I make the labels, and she's my cousin friend. She always spoils me, and she brought me a pack of garden incense. I'm not kidding you. As soon as I opened the package, I didn't even have to light it. As soon as I opened the package and smelled it, I felt hope. Okay, summer is coming. It is the best smell ever, especially for the summer. I burn it outside, inside. I don't know where else I could burn it. I burn it everywhere. I've burned it in my car. I love to take it with me everywhere I go. In the summertime, I got that thing strapped. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, go get yourself garden scented anything and thank me later. Aside from making labels, obsessing over garden incense, and working on that project, I've been letting go a lot of the old junk from last year's booth setup, setting myself up for a fresh start for this upcoming festival season, if you will. Lastly, I've been doing some work that's completely unrelated to the pod and to what you know Moon and Stars formations to be, just new stuff. For media, I have been listening to so many podcasts, probably because I miss mine so much, and I just started rewatching my favorite show of all time. It raised me. My favorite show of all time is Full House. It's just the comfort show. I've watched it since I was an infant, and I'll never stop rewatching it. It's just so good. I've been doing a lot of research and reading for the new things that I've been working on, and that's been great. For habits and obsessions, you guys, since I told you that I picked up the Apple Watch again and put that thing on my wrist, I have not put it down. except to charge it. I'm obsessed with it. It helps me so much. I've been a lot more detached from my phone, which is good. I can just peek at my notifications and then move on with my life. My next habit, I've been making intentional daily movement a priority, and it's changing my life, you guys. The serotonin is serotonin-ing. Things are just good. I have so much more energy when I do that, and it helps me to keep my house clean. It helps me to keep up on laundry. It just helps me in so many ways, because if I'm already moving and I have a movement goal that I have to hit, girl, I might as well clean the freaking house every day. Why not? Everything I do is an investment to close my ranks. I've also been doing a lot of decluttering. Yeah, that's my last habit / obsession. Next, we're going to talk about goals. Goals for this upcoming week. I want to finish my client projects, focus on my new pop-ups that are coming up, and I just want to let the creative energy flow and not push it. My last goal is to keep up with my movement and health goals, which I kind of already touched on, but I just want to feel good. Today, I got my workout in at like 7:30. Yesterday, I went to the gym with my bestie and it was so fun. We went to Planet Fitness. I haven't been in a Planet Fitness in years, but you know what? It gets the job done. I don't have any strict plan that I'm following by any means. It's more of like a lifestyle thing. I don't want to get into that and like be a motivational speaker. Okay, it's time to get into the topic discussion. You guys, when I was writing this outline and figuring out what I wanted to talk about, it was just flowing. So I really hope that this is a good listen for you guys. So it's no secret that I've kind of stepped away from the art grind for the last few weeks, and the point of that is, one, I've been so busy, obviously, but two, I'm kind of cleaning house in a sense and reevaluating. I am literally cleaning my house, but in my business sense, I'm kind of tidying things up and seeing what I want to do, where I want to go. Yeah, just doing a lot of mental work, and essentially I have just realized so much about myself and the things that I really, really would love to do. And I'm just giving myself the space to invest my energy into those different areas that I feel are meant to be in my life and that I have room for in my life. So here's the deal. I am a person who is passionate about a lot of different things, and the general group of creative entrepreneurs often have a hard time like sitting still or focusing on one specific thing. I don't want to say one specific medium. I'm not talking about I want to make rings and bracelets, or I want to make stickers and t-shirts like what I do. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about something a little bit bigger. For example, I have a candle business and a mentorship business for other people who want to be candle makers or business owners. Those are very different passions. Being the teacher and being the practitioner, two very different things. That example might not be great. There are a lot of people out there who would rather just walk the walk and not talk the talk and walk the walk. That's what I'm saying. Like, you have very different passions, but they're both very, very fulfilling to you because you feel that strong pull to do both things. Does that make sense? I don't know. I feel like I'm talking in riddles. What I'm here to say is it is okay to allow yourself that freedom to put your energy into something different that's calling to you. A lot of the times it's hard to like let yourself do that, especially when you have that pressure of you got to keep the grind up, like post on Instagram every day, make things every day. This is what you committed yourself to. You got to do it. Okay. It's really hard to kind of detach yourself from that. But once you realize that you're doing absolutely nobody any favors by putting that like robot energy into your work, that's the first step of kind of letting go of the old and stepping into the new. After you recognize that, the next step is to let go of that guilt that you get when you decide to step away from something. Listen to me and listen to me clearly. You do not have to feel bad for doing something that feels right to you and feels like it will be valuable to you. The fact that you have the pull to do something new is not a coincidence. There's a reason you might feel that what you're doing currently isn't what you want to be doing. And that's kind of a crazy thing to realize, because for me, when I first started my business, I'm like, this is everything I could ever want. All I want to do is quit my job and do this. Like, this is going to be the best thing ever. It's going to be so fun. But we're human. We change, we evolve. And so if you're feeling like your current work doesn't fit you, does that make sense? What I'm envisioning right now is like you're putting on your clothes and nothing feels comfortable because you just feel like you want to break out of them and get something new, or like change your style, or everything you put on and you go look in the mirror, nothing looks good and you're just so frustrated, and it's the I have nothing to wear type of energy. And that happens when you're bored. Long story short, there's a reason you feel like that, and it's because a change needs to happen for you, whatever it is. And it's good. It's very necessary to keep us wanting to get up in the morning and live our life. I can't remember the last time in my life where I started my day by getting up, going outside, going for a walk, and just like soaking in the sun, the fresh air. I've always wanted to do that, but I've never done that. But now that I'm letting my energy go towards something that I'm feeling super called to do, you best believe I'm waking up way earlier than normal and going and soaking up the morning sun. And I'm kind of irritated with myself about how many mornings I've missed, but you guys, seize the day. It's not the end of my life. I can keep going. Anyway, making that change can help you to feel a little bit more inspired to get up in the morning and make your life one that you want to live, one that's like exciting and fun and fulfilling to you. For me personally, I kept thinking to myself, like, why isn't this working? Why is my art not doing what I want it to do? Not just emotionally, but also financially. Like, there's been a plateau. What I'm feeling right now is the reason it wasn't working for me is because I have not been fully invested or passionate about the work. It just doesn't feel the same. I'm not as excited about that. And I don't have the urge to make something new or different. And it's not because I don't want to make art. I love making art. Like, that's who I am. I've always been like that. It's just the spark hasn't been there. Recently, my last spark was back in January. It's April. That's a long time to go without a creative spark. You know why I haven't had a spark? Because I've been focused on something else. In the last couple weeks I've had off, I've been kind of letting myself soak in everything that's calling to me spiritually, career-wise, and also family or relationship, friendship-wise, if that makes sense. And what I've been doing is really weighing my options and figuring out what I want to do as time progresses. Like I said, I am never gonna not be an artist. I'm always gonna do that. It might come in random bursts, and that's fine. So yeah, I'm letting Moon and Stars artwork kind of flow in when it wants to. I'm still gonna be doing graphic design work and accepting clients, but I'm not searching for people or marketing it specifically. More often than not, when clients approach me, they're not saying, I'm interested in this package. What they're saying is, do you do artwork for other people? Even though it's on my Instagram, they don't know it. They don't realize that. So they come and ask me the question. The right people are going to approach me when it's time. And when that happens, girl, I'm going to be standing there with my arms wide open, letting them in. Yes, I will work with you. Yes, I will create something for you. And I'm letting myself do that with my artwork too. If I feel inspired to draw a goose, I don't think I will ever draw a goose, but if I feel inspired to draw a goose, I'm going to draw that goose. Now, if you are dealing with an entrepreneurial identity crisis, that's what we'll call it, I really encourage you to kind of shift your perspective, especially if you're having a hard time finding fulfillment in what your current business is. Proceed with caution. I'm not telling you to jump into something new without like weighing out your options or doing your research. Most importantly, please do not go invest a bunch of money on this new thing before you have gone through all your details. It's important to be very intentional about a huge shift like this. I know so many people who get like a little inkling to do something and then they invest every extra dollar that they have into it, and then it lasts for like a couple of months, and then it's, oh, I don't feel like doing that anymore. And that creates a lot of regret. You don't want to do that. However, on the flip side of that coin, I do think it's very important to invest in yourself. I just want to encourage you guys to not do anything irrationally. And I have for you today 5 journal prompts to kind of help you weigh things out. And for me, like deciding to take a step away from some of the things I've been doing, it's been a very, very long process. Like I've been kind of getting that itch for about a year. And so now I'm kind of accepting it. So if that gives you an idea, not everybody's timeline's the same, but I'm just letting you know that's kind of the reality of my situation, because I'm a very committed person. Like when I commit to something, I commit to it fully. And so it started with letting go of the jewelry, and I was like, okay, this is not working for me. I need to simplify. And now it's coming into play with the artwork. Like it's just not working for me. I don't want to get up every day and stare at my iPad and draw. I love doing that. I love doing that when it feels right for me. But right now, I just feel like I am itching to do something else. I'm itching to do something more collaborative, more fulfilling to me and other people. That's kind of the vibe. Anyway, I think I've explained myself enough. Let's jump into the journal prompts for your personal identity crisis. The first journal prompt I've got today is, what am I feeling pulled towards? Number 2, what about this new endeavor inspires me? Number 3, how will this impact my career, relationships, and overall well-being? Number 4, what do I need to do to make this idea a reality? And number 5, is it realistic for me to start this new project right now? And explain. And bonus number 6 that I just thought of is it's not even a journal prompt. It's more of like an activity, kind of setting up a timeline for what you would ideally like. And this is like vision board vibes. Okay, setting up a timeline or giving yourself like a visual idea of what you're wanting in this current moment. This can change. It changes a lot, but it helps you to reach those goals a little bit faster and with a lot more intention than if you just did it on a whim. So there you go. Bonus. That's all I've got for you today. You guys, thank you so much for being here. I'm grateful for every single one of you. You have no idea. I love you. I'm also just grateful for your energy and like all of the positive feedback that I get. It's just, it warms my heart. It really does. So thank you for that. You guys, I'm so sorry about that long break, but after the episode that you just listened to, I hope that it's very clear to you that it was necessary for me since I had like so much mental battle happening. Please let me know if this podcast resonated with you, and if you have anything you'd like me to talk about. I would love to take any recommendations. Happy to do that. As always, follow the Instagram at Creatively Processed or whatever else you want to follow. I've got TikTok too and YouTube, whatever. But Instagram is where I update you about if there's going to be a delay, if I've uploaded something, and if I'm having the occasional mental breakdown. Also, rate the pod if you would like to. I would like you to. Okay, I love you so much, and I will talk to you next week. Bye!